Good morning, everyone. I'm Idhansh.
And I, Stuti.
Welcome you to this pleasant winter morning assembly. In the previous assembly, Mom shared a beautiful clip about a young boy talking about being motivated and staying positive in life. Affirmations for a positive life will help us become more motivated, feel good, think good, and look good as well.
Happiness is not felt, it is to be shared with others. I just want to share a small example which I experienced during the online classes. One of our teachers was not feeling well, but our teacher stood up to the moment. She advised us to be careful and stay safe. She added that while she is not well, she has got time to sit and relax and prepare good, interesting activities for us. Her small gesture encouraged us to work hard and concentrate more on our studies. What matters is the feeling of happiness that you share around. Always spread positivity and joy.
Here are a few mantras that we are already following. Always start and end your day by wishing your elders. Always appreciate others for their good work. Lend a hand to others when they need you. Be thankful to your guardians or parents for providing you a wonderful luxury living. Please join your hands and close our eyes for the prayer. Dear God, thank you for all your blessings upon me and my family. The strength you give me each day, and to all people around me, who will make my life more meaningful. Amen. Now I request Tuti to share the thought of the day.
The thought of the day is train your mind to see the good in everything. Positivity is a choice. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Meaning, you must train your mind to see the good, to look at the better sides of things or situations. Every situation might appear to be negative in the beginning, but once you change your perception of looking at them, the grass will appear greener on both sides. Now, I would like to request our dear Principal Ma'am to share her wise thoughts with us.
Thank you, children, for that lovely beginning of the morning assembly. Like always, I enjoy listening to you children speak at the assembly, and sometimes you say things of such wisdom that it gladdens my heart. So today I thought that I would talk about something that we all need to do in our lives and to present in our lives. I've been talking to you about many such things even in the past, but I was thinking that it is very, very important for all of us to be extremely observant and mindful about whatever we are doing. It's not only about your studies. It is not about being very careful and attentive when you're listening to your teacher, or being very careful and attentive when you're writing or reading or practicing an instrument or singing, etc. But being observant in your daily life becomes a habit, and that habit of being observant helps you tremendously in your every single activity, whether it is to do with academics or with co-scholastics or just life. So how do we cultivate this skill of being observant? It's a very simple skill. But at the same time, it has to be done very, very mindfully. When I say mindfully, it means that you need to have your complete attention on what you're doing. So every day we wake up in the morning, we get ready, we come to school, we get ready for our classes nowadays on online, etc. But how many of you, or how many of us rather, really look at what we are doing? We are doing things so mechanically. We are not really looking and appreciating what we see, what we eat, what we are doing. So let's begin with a very, very simple activity. We begin with small steps. So let's first of all begin by looking at and appreciating everything that we eat. We get up in the morning, and most of us, I think, have a fruit in the morning or maybe a glass of milk. But if you have a fruit, do you ever look at the texture of the fruit? Do you really at the color, the shape, the size of the fruit? When you have, for instance, an orange, do you try to count the segments in the orange? Do you know that almost uniformly all oranges have a certain number of segments? I'm not going to tell you how many because I want you to find out. Have you noticed the veins on the body of that orange? Have you noticed how some oranges are tight and some have a very loose skin, and they're often called the loose jacket orange? Have you noticed the gradation of the color? Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're greenish orange, sometimes they're completely orange. Some skin textures are rough and some are smooth and shiny. How many of you have really noticed all this as you eat? We generally don't. Some of you may not even be peeling the oranges because somebody peels it for you. But if you sit and peel an orange, and if you sit and peel a sweet lime, you will see the difference in both the peels and the experience of peeling it. Because peeling an orange would be much easier than peeling a sweet lime. And again, belonging to the same citrus family is the normal lime that we use every day. Look at that. How many of us try peeling it? We just cut it, squeeze it, and use it. So children, there's so much that we need to observe. As you walk to your home, on your way, you might see sometimes a lot of trees, sometimes less, sometimes plants with flowers, trees with fruits. Have we paused to find out what is the name of that flower? What time of the day does it bloom? What time of the year does it bloom? When does this tree give fruit? When does it flower? Etc. etc. The shape of the leaves, the shape of the roots. So children, there's so much for us to observe. And you know, when you observe very carefully, as I said, it makes it so much easier for you to do the rest of your work. If your teacher asks you to close your eyes and imagine a tree and to write about a huge banyan tree, all you will have to do, if you have been observant, is to close your eyes and actually imagine how does the banyan tree look. And then you will be able to write a description if you have observed it carefully. But if you haven't, then you will cook up some description. So that would not be very accurate. That would not be very correct. So children, make it a point of looking very carefully and mindfully at whatever you see. And like I said, begin with small steps. Let us begin with being observant about what we eat. If we have a vegetable in front of us, let's at least look at the shape and the size of the vegetable. How does it look from inside? Does it have seeds? And if it has seeds, what is the formation of the seed like? And so on and so forth. So this is what I would like you to start practicing in life, and you will see how helpful this one skill is going to be for you forever, children. You know, we as children were often told by our parents to go out and play, and we would go out and play. Unfortunately for you children, the last 2 years has been so bad as far as going out is concerned. And of course, you don't have so many open areas to explore. But we explored things. We tried to rub seeds and see what happens. For example, if you have tamarind at home and if you have tamarind seeds, rub the tamarind seed on the cemented ground and see what happens to that. and you will find for yourselves what happens to it. So children, do these little things at home and be more aware instead of always finding out things for yourself from a gadget. Have a great day today and a great week ahead of you. Thank you, children. Let us now stand for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Rahul sir.